Hello there everyone, and welcome to another game of Mechabellum. In this game, I'm going to show you how I pulled off probably my most difficult comeback so far in playing the game. My opponent played a really big aggro push, and I've never really had to deal with that kind of strategy. Not the aggro push, but the actual strategy he used. So I'm just going to show you how I tried to get around it and came back and won the game. So yeah, just going to place my units. I want to set my board. Yep, so that was good. Now he surprised me right off the get-go, because when I confirm my board positioning, I'll look to the left and he just goes all out. But he actually was clever in the way he did it, because he kept enough back on the right tower, and yeah, he defended it really well. So yeah, you can see there he done a big aggro push on the left, and his positioning was really good as well. I mean, he had the chaff at exactly the right time. He had the marksman in exactly the right place. The tarantulas cleaned up, and there was still chaff remaining over to cause my marksman issues as well. So yeah, I mean, both sides, we got absolutely annihilated on the first round. Second round, I didn't want to take the Rhino or the Wasp. I just didn't see the point in it. He was already aggro pushing, so I decided to go with more chaff. It didn't really work out for me, if I'm being honest. I tried to put replicate on, so any opponents that I take down, it basically rebuilds the troops back up again. So unit depletion is kind of taken care of. Now, as you can see here, he used assault mode on the marksman, which was absolutely devastating. It took me ages to figure out a way around it with the positioning. I had such a defensive positioning. So he took the right tower with the Wasp deployment. I knew he was going to go for a Rhino or a Wasp. It wasn't shocking or anything. I mean, he really wiped me out in that second round. It didn't get any better in the third round. I don't think it got better in the fourth round either. Farseer was the obvious choice there, a bit of distance. Thought go Stormbreakers, and then he put on missile protection with the Farseer, so it was almost pointless. We put down more marksmen with assault mode on and leveled up the ones that had survived the last two rounds, so they became OP. So again, this round we did a bit better. We fared a bit better, I think, but I don't think we made a dent, if I'm being honest. Oh no, I think we took this round. Yeah. So yeah, to the right tower. So that was the end of that round. That gave me a bit of breathing room. This time I did opt for the wasp form. Not that it did me a huge amount of good. The rhino was part of the build, so I was just deployed that at the front. Anything to delay the marksman. Just making sure the board makes sense. At that time, that's what I was thinking. If I push on the right, then it will collapse the tower and give my guys on the left a buff. Another fast here, I think. Oh no, I went more chaff. Yeah, that's right. The whole idea was to just delay as much as possible. I think this is where the Farseer puts the anti-missile protection on. They deal with the wasps pretty quick. I mean, a couple of the missiles still hit, but another loss. At this point I just thought subsidized crawlers in case I get an upgrade on them. Not that they're able to really get close to doing any damage. Sort of melting point might be really able to deal with things, especially since the absorption will keep them in the health to a certain extent. The only problem is that if the chat passed, which it did, it would cause issues with them getting to, say, the marksman on assault mode or the Farseers that are doing a lot of damage. So you can see there, some of them are just targeting chaff, which is just delaying the ability to do any real damage to the main units you want to take down. So his positioning was really good. So yeah, he just absolutely destroyed me again. Another round gone. I'm not gonna lie, I did start to get a bit nervous. So I went Overlord simply because if we could take the right flank, and there's not a lot defending the right flank, then we would have a much better chance of taking rounds. So I thought, you know, we'll keep trying to figure out a strategy, we'll keep experimenting, and I didn't realize the answer was pretty much right in front of me. Just delay. I think I ended up upgrading my melting points. Yeah, energy diffraction, so it could hit multiple units at once. So chaff, for instance, would still be an issue, but not as much of an issue. You can take out a few units more at a time. So you can see the overlords on the right are doing the business. They're disposing of the defenses over there a lot quicker. Now the melting point is able to do a bit more damage. I believe it still gets taken out, so it doesn't matter. I believe we take the tower on the left, and then we just take out the remaining units with the overlord, simply because the sandworm was left didn't have any aerial attack ability activated. So yeah, that was around to us. So the comeback started. There's 2 rounds. So I put the amplifying core on the upgraded melting point, upgraded the overlords, and then I think I actually bought another melting point in the next round. So just shoring up the defenses a little bit. So we used Ion Blast. I think the idea was to take out the Stormbreakers and do some damage to the melting point on the left, because the assault mode marksman will encounter that first. The only thing is the extra chaff bought us a tiny bit more time, which was very useful. So the energy diffraction was probably the best thing I did. And after this round, I believe he surrendered. I actually beat him into surrendering. I think he knew he wouldn't have lasted another round. And that's the game. So I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good evening.